Hi guys, and welcome back to Hayes Kitchen. Look what I have. I've got a finished kitchen. Sadly it's not mine, it's my brother and sister-in-law's. They very kindly lent me their kitchen for the day. That's purely down to my kitchen is in a terrible state. It's a building site still, and it's going to be like that for the next 2 to 3 months. So I thought I'd try and do a couple of videos here and make them a little bit better, and I've got some space actually to cook. Now today, British classic time, we're going to be doing toad in the hole with Savoy cabbage and a red wine reduction. Now, loads of you outside the UK are going to be going, toad in the hole, what is this? It's sausages done in a batter with rosemary basically, and it is slightly stepping away. It's my cheat meal, so it's not clean eating as such. However, it's not particularly bad for you. I have it once a week with my son Harry. We absolutely love it. I think you have something in the States called a popover. Is that right? It's like a Yorkshire pudding with cheese inside it. Very, very similar mix. So simple to do, so let's get cooking. Right, to save time, I've listed out all the ingredients at the bottom of the page for you. Before I do anything, I'm just going to get the oven up to as hot as I can. Right, we've got the oven up to full temperature, so we're just going to get a pan out, sausages onto a pan, and it's just going to part cook these. With your garlic cloves, I just chop these in half, chuck them in with the sausages. You don't really need any oil in there, they shouldn't stick. A little bit of rosemary, just break that up and chuck it in with the sausages and pop that in the oven. Right, that's in the oven. That's going to cook for about 10 minutes, okay, until the sausages are just a little bit brown. That's purely because they won't cook enough otherwise in the batter mix. Next up, we're going to be doing the red wine reduction, which takes about 15-20 minutes. We want to get that on straight away. Grab yourself a pan. Grab yourself your carrots. These are all washed already, so don't worry about redoing them. Carrots into the pan. Along with that, we're also going to add some celery. Take the bottom piece off first of all, and then just chop these up exactly the same. All this is going to do is give it all that flavour that you want in the gravy itself, or the reduction itself. All reduction means is we're just going to sweat that off until it goes down into a smaller amount. You can use any gravy you want. If you want to simplify this, you just want to use an OXO cube, by all means do that. I just prefer this because it's a little bit more flavoursome. Into that, we're going to add a leek. Again, just take the end off. Ooh, got to run away. Leeks into the pan. Season, so a little bit of salt and pepper. Pepper. Salt. I also like to add 3 or 4 cloves of garlic to this. You can just leave the skins on because we're going to sieve this at the end to try and get the bits out, and we'll just squidge all the flavours out of those vegetables. So a few cloves of garlic in, a little bit of butter in there, and then we're going to put this on the heat. Put your pan on there, get that nice and hot. I've been taught this years ago, and I tried hundreds of different recipes. I've been told mug full of each does it sometimes. I've told the 5-4-3. This is called a 4-3-2 mix. It's nice and simple. It's 4 ounces of flour. It's 3 fluid ounces of milk. I just add it as I need it, and you want a couple of eggs as well. So into your flour, you're just going to crack your 2 eggs. And into that, you just want to start beating your eggs and your milk. You're looking for a consistency that's not too thick, not too runny. It's pretty much middle of the road. You can pop this in the fridge if you like. Just because if you want to get a massive raise out of the Yorkshire pudding, it's nice that the batter's really cold and the oil's really hot. A lot of people say put an ice cube in there. That does work as well. It just chills down the mix just before you put it in. So you see there, it's getting slightly more gloopy. The last bit of that milk should make that pretty much perfect. Season, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. You can do these on an individual basis, so you can do a whole big dish if you like and then cook it as a whole recipe. I like to do something a little bit more creative. Got an old pot with the handle off, just because the plastic would melt otherwise. That gives me a nice big bowl, and it gives it a good raise for my Yorkshire pudding. And I've got a little one for Harry, look. How cute is that? So into those two dishes, you're going to add a little bit of oil. A little bit of oil into both. That's just going to trigger the Yorkshire to raise as high as you can get it. Get your Yorkshire pudding mix and pop that in the fridge to keep that nice and cold. As you can see, the red wine has now started to reduce and started to thicken up. That's going to be left on the boil now. Just put it to the side and get your sausages out of the oven. Right, you can see they're browned off perfectly now. Got all those flavours in there. Okay, this is all about timing from now on. So sausages are out of the oven, they're just resting. Oil's in, getting that up to temperature. It's going to take about 5 minutes for that oil to come up to temperature. You can drop the heat on the red wine jus, just so that's bubbling away just on a low heat. And we're going to get sweet potatoes, we're going to pop them straight into the microwave. Microwave, 10 minutes tops. How cool's that? Chop nice and thinly, little slices all the way down. You're going to grab your big pan, conk that down, get yourself a sieve, like that. Now pour all your liquid, which has created your red wine jus, or your reduction should I say. Try and squeeze out all those flavours as well. So all those vegetables, just push them down as hard as you can. Make sure you get all the juice out of those vegetables. God, this smells good. That's your reduction finished. Now into that, all I'm going to do is add some red onion. All of that can go in. So to that reduction, just going to add a little bit of water because it's going to reduce even more with those onions in there. And I can put that back onto the heat. Right, so oil's all done. The sausages are a little bit cooled down, so watch that because it's going into very hot oil, so it will start to spit slightly. So what I'm going to do is going to take my 2 rosemary pieces. I'm going to add that. You can see it's really starting to spit so slightly, so be very, very cautious. A couple of my sausages can go in. A couple in there for Harry. And then in with the Yorkshire pudding mix. Like that. You see the oil's just spilling over, so I've just used another pan underneath just to catch any of that. When they go back into your oven, grab your cabbage. This is already washed, as I say. Chop it into little thin slices. Now using the same pan that we cooked the sweated off the vegetables in, it's got all the juices and things still in there. So chuck that in with the pan. With a little bit of butter. And I like to add just a little bit of honey into there as well. So a little bit of honey over the top, just gives it that sweetness. And if you've got kids that don't like veg, I can guarantee if you put some honey in there, they'll suddenly like it. Back to the day. Right, onto your heat. Right, turn your heat off. Watch out because there'll be a lot of heat come out of that oven. And that is exactly what you're looking for. Right, it's time to plate up. So we've got our cabbage and we've got our sweet potatoes out in the microwave, our 2 Yorkie puds which have come out absolutely perfect. Now to plate up I usually use one of these, which is usually like a little pastry cutter. But they're quite good for putting the sweet potato in and making it look really nice and well presented on a plate, as I always say. So, 2 plates, one for Harry, one for me. You're going to grab your little pastry cutters and put them in the middle. Grab your potato, cut it in half. Now I don't tend to put anything with my potato because they're sweet enough as it is, as you all know. So twist the skins, they'll just come off like that. And the same with Harry's one. You push them down inside the ramekin. Not ramekin, the pastry cutter. You can do exactly the same with the cabbage. I was thinking about doing a recipes soon, or a video on how to hide vegetables. My two kids are pretty damn good with their vegetables. Harry used to be fantastic, but as soon as he went to nursery, they seem to sort of copy other kids and they pick up bad habits. Right, so to finalise the plate, just going to push all that down nicely. Like that. Yorkie pud on top. And to finish it up, I'm just going to add a little bit of that red wine reduction that we made earlier. Right. And there we have it, Savoy cabbage with sweet potato and a good old English classic Yorkshire pudding. Enjoy!